Yo, what's good, college football community? We are back with another one, the big college football show at 11, even though it's 10:45. I'm here, your resident Buckeye fan, your only Buckeye fan, Josh. And I got a slew of Michigan fans, as you can see, ready to talk the week of college football. Let's start off with Mays. Introduce yourself, player.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. We are here to break down week 6 and give our thoughts. Go blue, of course.
Go Bucks. And then beneath him, we got Johnny Olden. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's going on? Back again. This the season going by fast. It's flying by,
That's a
but we
fact.
here for you. We here for you in the morning while you're yawning, getting your coffee, getting your donuts, your donut sticks. We here for you.
No sponsorship. And then also, Maniac, go ahead, introduce yourself with the
You
with the
already
Washington
know
hat.
it's your boy, the maniac, Mr. Cakadoodle, Mr. Let's talk about it, Mr. Man, oh man, and Mr. He's a bum. He's a bum. So there you have it. And of course, my Bustelo Cafe all the way from the Bronx.
Facts.
By the
Facts. You
way,
got it.
everybody got a close up except me. No, I'm
Oh,
joking. Let's get to it.
That's crazy. Anyway, we got a lot of matchups we got to talk about, man. Miami, FSU,
yeah.
Vandy versus Bama, and we got to talk about Texas, Florida, and we didn't write this down, but Virginia versus Louisville looks like a good one too. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there. Obviously, what they win against Florida State. Let's get into Vandy versus Bama.
Mm.
Obviously, Diego Pavia, got a wife and kids at home. So, obviously he wants to bring this one back to his wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? He's 35. He has a 401k. So he wants to go into Bama and win this thing like he did last year. Thoughts. Who wants to go
Man,
first?
man, listen, I take the opening kickoff. Here we go. Listen, man, as we know, last year, one of the biggest upsets in all of college football was when Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Now, Vanderbilt is not sneaking up on nobody. They currently rank 18 in the country. They are undefeated. They say, listen, man, we're not a doormat no more. We're not that team that you're going to beat by 4 or 5 touchdowns. We that team that now we might compete for a SEC championship or make it. Alabama, we had question marks until they went into Athens last week and beat Georgia, but it just seems like they got their number. This is a big game. It's in Tuscaloosa. Alabama will be looking for revenge. They listen. I know they upset about last week, and they want to carry that momentum. And Vanderbilt wants to show the world, listen, we're no fluke. And what we did last year was no fluke at Alabama. This is going to be a good game. Vanderbilt is a good team. How good they are, we will get to know today. I think it's going to be down to the wire, but I think being in Tuscaloosa is going to be the difference here. I'm going to go with Roll Tide 27-24.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to give our, but it's all good. Let's just do it this week. We'll roll that out next week. But yeah, I think I'm sorry. I'm gonna go next. My bad. I think it's gonna be a good game. Obviously, revenge is on the mind of Bama, right? After that embarrassing loss to Vanderbilt a season ago. That said, as Maniac pointed out, Vandy looks like a legit team. They're 5-0 this season, or 5-0. I think they've scored 30 or more in every game this season. Diego Pavia has the highest passing efficiency rating in the SEC. So they got a lot of things going for them. They got a strong rushing offense. So they got a lot of things going for them, especially on defense. And Coach Clark Lee, that he try and get it all out now, because I'm not sure he's gonna be there another year. I'm sure it's gonna be some big programs, beating down the door for his services. But we'll see. And as far as Alabama goes, this is a game they have to win. Like I said, revenge is on the mind. They can't afford to lose 2 games early in the season. This would be an SEC game, which will put them even further behind the 8 ball. They got a big win a week ago against Georgia. So I think that they got the right mindset this week too, and I do think that they pull it off and get a close win at home.
Johnny?
Bama, Vanderbilt has they've built something with Diego, and I ain't talking about Dora the Explorer. They done built something with him. He's got that it about him, that dog. Something that can't be. You just see it in somebody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see it in the stats and things like that. It's just something about him, And Bama lost last year, like y'all said. Bama lost to Vanderbilt last year, so they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be angry, trying to get payback. But that could be good or that could be bad. Sometimes that could make you be a little too confident, and you're trying to get it all back. We're trying to beat them in the first quarter, and it keeps you from executing, So it's going to be interesting to see if Bama understands that and, stacks the plays, because that's how you blow people out, just stacking up good plays, executing play after play after play, But it's not going to be easy. People are You can say what you want about Diego. How you say his last name?
Pavia.
Hey, that offense that he is running, that spread option pistol attack, he's growing in it. He's grown up in it, and he's actually playing more quarterback now. It's not just him just running around making plays in the pocket and outside of the pocket and killing you with the option. He'll sit in that pocket and slice you up a little bit now. Like, he understands what he's doing and really how to play quarterback. So I'm interested to see in this one if Bama's better. They're playing better. But let's not forget Florida State ran for like 200 on them. And Vanderbilt is the type of team where if they're going to make you keep having to stop that run, you ain't just going to get away. Oh, we slowed it down in the first quarter. Right. Diego going to keep coming at you. So I'm a little torn with this one. I
think as you should be.
I'm gonna go Diego. I like a dude with heart, and I think people are thinking Bama's gonna blow them out, which is possible, but I think Vanderbilt's scheme is gonna give Bama more headaches than they're ready for. So I'm gonna go Vanderbilt with Diego.
For sure.
Fabia.
All right. I'm audible before after I give my take on the Vandy Bama game, because I realized that I skipped last week's games completely, so I'm audible back to that. But for the Vanderbilt Bama game, we've seen 2 Bama teams this year. We've seen the Bama versus Florida State, and we've seen the Bama versus Georgia. So it really comes down to what Bama are we going to see versus Vanderbilt. I do believe that there's a little bit of an edge there. Bama's at home. They have every reason to want to win this game against Vanderbilt. So hopefully Kalen DeBoer is out there actually coaching and giving them a reason to go in and win this game. If I'm betting, I'm taking the positive spread for Vanderbilt. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to give the edge to Bama for sure.
Yeah. And real quick, Josh, before we head to the next game, is the Alabama today. Which Bama team? The Bama team we saw last week, or the Bama versus Florida State? So I think, from week to week, man, I think, Alabama did learn from that game. And I honestly think Florida State's a good team. I don't think it's a bad loss. I just think that Florida State, they just slipped up against a Virginia team that just might actually be good as well.
Sure. Absolutely. I agree with that. Like I said, it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 on that one, but it is what it is. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna audible because I fucked up and didn't read apparently. So
Yes.
last week, a lot of good games. Obviously, game of the week, Oregon, Penn State.
Ooh.
I told y'all, and I think Johnny told y'all. Or who
Yes,
had
sir.
Oregon? Who all had Oregon?
Me. No. I picked Penn State.
I picked Oregon. I'm 5-1.
Yeah,
I'm on your neck.
No, you're
Josh.
not.
I'm
No, you're
I
not.
am.
I'm 2
You
and
picked
4.
Texas.
I'm cacadoodle right now.
No, I picked Ohio State. I didn't believe in them.
I don't even want to say what my record is.
I'm gonna find the clip. You picked Texas.
No,
But
I
anyway.
didn't. I talked.
Anyway.
Look, I talked Texas up, and then I picked Ohio State.
I'm gonna find the clip.
No, he did
then
pick.
I'm
He
gonna
did
do-
pick Ohio State.
I'm gonna find the clip and I'm gonna do my own "You Get Nothing" segment. Anyway, the point is, let's recap. Let's recap the Oregon Penn State game. What did y'all think about that game that went into overtime in Happy Valley? I'm gonna give a real quick thought. The whiteout. Who cares? Who cares about the whiteout? Who cares? Who cares? It's not that effective. It's really not. So
They got a lot of base pumping.
That's great. They lost the game, Johnny. They lost the game. So who cares about the whiteout? Anyway, who wants to go first?
Yeah, I get in there. Throw me the reverse, man. Throw me the reverse. Listen,
That's on you.
so when we look at this game, right? So I would say, Josh, no, I think the whiteout is still very effective. I still think it's an intimidating environment. But kudos to Oregon, and it starts with the head man. It starts with your head coach preparing you and his coaches. Now the little things that go into playing in hostile environments, making sure that your O-line is working as a cohesive unit. The silent counts. Everyone has to be in sync, man, because that's a game where you can easily have many false starts in that game, right? We see Michigan in 2018, first play of the game, we had to call a timeout. First play, we didn't even play. We didn't even throw a play. We had to call a timeout. So that just tells you how intimidating and the factor that crowd could be. So you have to give credit to this Oregon team. And more so, right? Who leads the team? It's the quarterback. Any team that's going to win the national championship, 99 out of 100 times, it's the quarterback. So Dante Moore went in there with a veteran temperament, with a veteran mindset. He did not flinch at all. And these boys were hitting. Whoop. This was Big Ten. Hagati, Tikiti, Hukutu, oh, that, yo, both teams. It was black and blue. These dudes, the next morning, they ate a bacon, egg, and cheese and Tylenol sandwich because these dudes really needed to put that pain, man. That it was a lot of pain. But look, unfortunately for Penn State, they are very anemic offense, right? Their strength is the running game, and they don't lean on that. They try to throw it to these new receivers. And Drew Allen, unfortunately, he's just not a him. He's not a him. It is what it is. He's a good quarterback. He's an above average quarterback, but he's not a him. Bayard, he did make maybe 2-3 plays in that game. They got the ball rolling. The momentum carried. He got them into overtime. But once he got into overtime, he did his Reggie Miller impersonation. They choked. He blinked. They blinked at home. Oregon didn't. Physical game. Could have gone either way, but Oregon has really shown that, look, right now, with the exception of that loss in the playoffs to Ohio State, they run in the Big Ten, bro. They haven't lost a Big Ten regular season game since joining the Big Ten. And if they played everybody in the regular season, or the big dogs. So let's see what Oregon does moving forward. But that was a good win. James Franklin, he cacadoodle. He's super cacadoodle. Get him out of here.
Facts. Who wants next? Johnny?
Man, the whiteout. One thing, and like I was saying with Josh, one thing I got to give Penn State, they got that sound system pumping on them in those night games. They got that bass rocking like a Cutlass Supreme in 1998.
Obama be going, huh?
Yes, I wish Michigan had that rocking like that with all that bass. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, it's the pageantry of the whiteout and all that. It's a beautiful thing to see. Like the fireworks, the build up with Oregon and Penn State. It was awesome. But the bad thing for Penn State is they never pulled through in these whiteouts. It's just now it's just a name, and it's a spectacle for them to lose. It seems like at this point, so you hype up that whiteout, and then the other team comes in there and smacks you, whether it's close or a controlled butt whooping. It's just like, okay, the whiteout, y'all keep hyping it up and you keep losing.
Right.
It might be time to change it to a blue out or something, change it up. Something. but as far as the game goes, I mean, Penn State did what Penn State does, bro. Whether it's, and this is the thing, Oregon, like Maniac said, Oregon's hasn't lost in the Big Ten regular season. But for Penn State, it don't matter. This really sucks for them because Oregon has came in and became a big dog. So now they haven't played Michigan in a couple years. So now you got Oregon. So instead of consistently losing to Ohio State and Michigan, now it's like, okay, just substitute Oregon. So now I'm losing to Oregon and Ohio State. You know what I mean? And it's the same style of game, whether it's a controlled butt whooping or whether it's a close loss. They still find a way to lose these games. And to me, it's James Franklin. And he doesn't get talked about getting fired or anything. Well, who else are we going to get? Well,
Jim Knowles.
Yeah.
You had to take that he was coming for that job, didn't you? That was you.
Yeah.
We right on time for it.
To me, it's like, how long are you gonna wait? How long are you gonna wait? That's crazy. How long are you gonna wait on James Franklin to get you over the hump? Or what is the hump for Penn State? Is it making the national championship and losing, or is it actually winning? I don't get no dividend. Me personally, I didn't get it. It's a stepping stone, but I don't get a dividend. I don't feel anything for that loss to Georgia. I don't feel anything for that loss to TCU. It did, for those to mean something, you have to win it. Then it meant something when in 2023 because we lost in 2022. We were right there. We lost. 2021, we were right there. We lost. So 2023, it was the dividend, the stepping stones. Okay, we finally got over the hump. We needed to lose those games so guys could learn what it takes to win. But with James Franklin, is it going to be a stepping stone? The stepping stone is way harder now because if you get in the playoff, you got to win 3 or 4 games. So I don't know what to say about it. They lost the same way they've been losing. What can I say? So that's my take on it.
My take, man, is this. Look, Penn State is a good football team. James Franklin is a good coach. We can't get around that. He rebuilt this program from, where it was, and now they're consistently like the 3rd or 4th best team in the Big Ten every year, right? That said, look, they got down big in this game. They got down 17-3 in this game. They fought back. They just like they did in the Big Ten championship game, right? They got down big and they fought back. The thing is, though, when you fight back, then what, right? It's like they want the cool points for, we back in the game. You know what I mean? Now win the game. That's like the next progression. I also got to give them credit. Look, they made the playoff last year. They won 2 playoff games. They obviously should have won a 3rd, but again, in that moment, they collapsed again, right? And threw that ball directly to the Notre Dame guy. So when they should have just taken a knee. And that's coaching, right? That loss we can blame 100% on the coaching. We should have never been out there running a play on our end of the field, first of all, with 40 seconds or however many seconds were left. We need to let's just go into the overtime. We got the momentum anyway. We really have dominated this game, honestly, right? And I'm talking about the Notre Dame game. In this one, it was some back and forth. What I took out of it, though, is this. Dante Moore is absolutely as good as we thought he was going to be coming out of high school. He is, right now, for me, the best quarterback in college football. That offense somehow, or Oregon somehow, is better than they were a year ago, in my opinion.
Three.
Yo,
is he better than a healthy Mateer?
Dante Moore, I think he's better than Mateer. Now, is he a better college football player? Right now, that's a good question. I don't know. John Mateer can obviously, make it happen with his legs. We saw what he did against us. He knows that offense. That's the thing. John Mateer's knowledge of his offense is greater than Dante Moore's, and what he knows exactly where to go with whatever look he's getting. Speaking of John Mateer, right? Yeah. So he has more command, but Dante Moore is more talented than John Mateer. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That's a real great question. But I just think Mateer being the more experienced too, right? He has more years under his belt, and he's just a more athletic quarterback. I just think overall. But I think we're talking about ceiling and NFL. Yeah, Dante Moore, without a doubt, I think is going to be a better pro when it comes down to it. But that remains to be seen, right? We don't know. Mateer might go to the league and cook as well. So. Regardless, man, they too good. They're two quarterbacks that are exciting to watch. As long as they're not playing against your team, they're definitely excited to watch. So, yeah, man.
Drew Aller, though, is the trash can.
What's the interview? I want to hear it.
Yo. Real quick.
Yeah.
A couple thoughts real quick. One, I didn't think I'd ever say this, and as it pertains to playing anybody else but Ohio State, I kind of like a little bit coked out Dan Lanning. A tiny bit. I like that vibe. He goes to his Instagram stories talking about Mo Bamba's my favorite song now, and
wow,
there's a vibe there. There's a little bit of a vibe there. I'm just throwing that out. I don't know if I'm there all the way there yet, but I kind of like it. When he's not playing Ohio State.
You about to get Johnny to log off, man. Dan Lanning, love will not be tolerated.
I was on the train. I hated him for the longest. But when he's not playing Ohio State, I kind of like that a little bit. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. The real take, though. Johnny alluded to this a little bit. Penn State. They were supposed to win the championship this year. And as far as all of that goes, James Franklin is looking like the James Franklin we all known him to be. So with that being said, last week, we went ahead and I said that there's a possibility that this Penn State team, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's the one. That's the guy. That's the guy right there.
He looked like Scarface after that.
He does.
You like that, Josh?
His skin is super red.
You want your coach looking like this?
Yo, his skin is so red. He looks like
cry, or
he's so red. He looks like a Buckeye in this picture.
You want to go to war? I take you to war.
Yeah, he like this. He said he had it from the elbow to the. He said, "I got that."
From the elbow. That's crazy.
That's hilarious. All right. So
who you calling monkey?
I said that's funny. Last week I said Penn State could lose 3 games. Now
you did.
I want y'all as Michigan fans to ride with that, right? Because if Penn State loses 3 games, guess whose playoff chances get better? Like by a lot.
God.
Yeah.
So
Illinois.
Okay. I think Michigan's chances get a lot better with Penn State losing 3 games. And it's very likely to happen because we're going to beat them and Indiana looks really good. So
yeah.
Let's
I feel like they might sneak y'all this year.
Yeah. So
I still feel like they might sneak.
Why would you say that?
They gonna clip y'all, bro.
Don't bring that energy.
They gonna clip y'all.
I still have
that feeling.
So look, all right, let's be honest here, right? After you guys lost to Oregon last season, Josh, right? It wasn't, yes, it was by 1 point. It was how you look. Your defense looked atrocious. I say, yo, no, it's the truth. Dylan Gabriel killed him. So me personally, I'm like, yeah, this Ohio State team, yeah, they'll probably still make the playoffs, but they're not gonna do nothing. But y'all got it together. Although y'all slipped at the end of the year, but before from that or after that Oregon game on to the Michigan game, you guys were locked in. Can this loss to Oregon, because this is a veteran team, James Franklin has been here before, or he has to figure it out, like Johnny said, what is it to get over this hump? What is it that I've been doing wrong in the past that I need to implement now to get over this hump? And F around, Penn State could go ahead and run the table moving forward. Is it likely? No. But can it happen? Yes. It's college football, bro. It's an unpredictable sport. Right now, you ain't going to put not a single dollar into that Penn State stock. But let them beat Indiana by 2-3 touchdowns. Let them upset Ohio State. Now now that the song is different, now we singing a different hook. It goes from James Franklin, he's a bum, to here come James Franklin. Hey, here comes James Franklin. Hey, you know
That's
what I'm
never
saying? So
happening. That's never happening.
it could go. I know, but listen, that's the beauty about this sport, gentlemen, is that you don't know. It's the sport of the unknown. So again, is it likely? No, but would it surprise me? No, because this team is not Purdue. They're not Northwestern. This is a team that even against Ohio State, they've been right there. They've been at the finish line and just can't cross the finish line. Like, yo, bro, you right there. Just put your hand out. So going into that game, the mindset is like, yo, bro, we could beat this team. We could play with this team. Now, are they going to do that? Chances right now, no. But it can happen. But we will see, man. We will see. It's going to be, I think they get a bye. They get a bye this week because they play the Bruins. So I wish we play UCLA this year.
Right. I'll close out on this. The only reason I don't see any of that happening is because Drew Aller is exactly who I thought he was, and Nick Singleton and Katron Allen have been on a milk carton this entire season, right? So they have effectively no offense against any good team, right? Their defense is still their defense, but against a good enough team, they have no offense. So I don't expect them to do that. Does anybody want to talk about any specific other last week games? I know we talked about Virginia, Florida State last week. So are there any other games that anybody wants to bring up from last week?
The Bama Georgia game, right? Being that we already broke down the first game of today, which was Alabama Vanderbilt. You know, Kirby Smart 1-6 against Alabama, now moves his record to 1-7 against Alabama. We thought, listen, I went with Kirby. I said this is a drag them out kind of Georgia team. They're gonna find a way. And actually was the opposite. Alabama found a way to go ahead and get this victory in the tough game, man. So that was another great game. Both games, man, both games came down to the last possession, exactly how we want it to be, exactly how college football should be when it comes to these mega matchups. So, you know, Alabama, you said it, Josh, Mays, Johnny, which Alabama we getting today? It's going to determine what's going to happen. I do like the way Ty Simpson is playing as a quarterback. He has full control of that offense. He looks comfortable. In fact, he has 0 interceptions. I might have threw the jinx in the well. He might throw one today against Vanderbilt. But nonetheless, man, why the win by DeBoer? Mays, I believe Mays said it on Johnny's show. He said the Alabama fans absolutely don't deserve him. Whenever he loses, it's like the world's ending. But, bro, he's 2-0 against Georgia, who has been carrying the SEC the last 3-4 years, has been Georgia. So, listen, All he got to do is continue to win. He beats Vanderbilt last year. They in the playoffs. So people forget that he was right on the doorstep of making the playoffs his first year as a coach at Alabama with a very limited quarterback. So now he has a true passer in Todd Simpson. So this is why, man, I think that Alabama's on to something, and that's why I got them beating Vanderbilt close. But what a game. How does Kirby and his team, react, recover from this? Listen, everything is still in front of them. But I think it was Johnny who mentioned it too. The SEC is a gauntlet, man. These guys are going to be punching on each other. And by the time they get out of that, they come to the playoffs. You got teams like the Big Ten that's probably going to clothesline them.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too, because Kirby Smart does remind me of a certain coach at another university that has a problem with a chief rival. And
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
That's not who I'm talking about, but
it's the best I got.
But that's still good. But there is, obviously Kirby has a Alabama problem. We know of being Big Ten fans, all of us here. We know of another premium coach, right? A guy that they were throwing around words like GOAT and stuff like that, has a great record against everybody else.
Just won a ring recently.
Yeah, he may have great record against everybody else, but certainly not against his chief rival, which is crazy.
He might right his wrongs in that one too.
the maybes and mights are great, but no, Kirby Smart's a great coach. Georgia's a great program, but so is Alabama, man. And like I was saying, I don't think that the Alabama fans are giving DeBoer the grace he deserves and needs to do. When Alabama was at home watching the national championship, DeBoer was in that game, right? Now, granted, they lost to the same team that year, but DeBoer coached his team to the Natty. They were undefeated in that regular season. You know what I mean? And he got here, and like you said, Maniac, there were people who thought that Alabama should have been in the playoff last year, even with that loss to Vanderbilt, right? Even with that horrible loss to Oklahoma last season. They thought that Alabama was a 3-loss team that could be in the playoff. And, unfortunately for them, because they had to play Michigan again in another bowl game, they didn't. But, DeBoer's a good coach, and I think he's only going to get better, but they don't deserve that. The Alabama fans have been spoiled with the Nick Saban years. And they think that that's just what they forgot what their program was after Bear Bryant, before Nick Saban. There's a lot of room in there. They won like a natty in there, there's a random natty in there, but it's a lot of room there where they weren't where they weren't dominating college football.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Georgia, Bama, another good game, great game, classic. To me, it comes down to in games like this, same like Michigan, Ohio State, it becomes the monkey on your back, and Kirby's got the monkey on his back like Ryan Day has. It's just facts right now. He's got it, and late in that game, I think it was mid fourth quarter, he had the chance to tie the game, and he went for it. He went for it on fourth, and I just didn't understand that. Like, there's not much time. There was enough time in the game for both teams to have probably a couple possessions, tie the game up, bro. Y'all been playing from behind all game for the most part. Tie the game up. Once you tie it up, okay, we play good defense. At least we're gonna go to overtime regardless. But if you don't get it, now you're still playing from behind in that stress level. Now you need your big time playmakers to hopefully they're clutch, because the pressure just got ramped up because you got greedy. You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, I was like, because I've seen Ryan Day do some stuff like that, slick. And not to just harp on him, but it's the Bama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State kind of comparison. This isn't me trying to troll y'all.
But I want to be clear, I was trolling.
I know.
Mays was trolling. I'm just
There's a
talking
little bit of
football.
trolling in Johnny's. He just don't want to admit
I'm talking football right now because it
Okay.
correlates. Because it correlates to the same thing. You know, losing to your rival, constantly doing it for years. You know, it has an effect on that coach. And we know Kirby's a good or a great coach, but against Bama, he gets in his own head a little bit. Like, bro, tie the game up. Like, what are you doing? Tie the game up. This is a back and forth kind of game. You need the points, get the points, and tie this game up. Take some of the stress off your team. Okay, calm down, relax. We got it tied. But you know, it was another classic from those two. Because I think I picked Georgia in that game. I think it's not one of the ones we really count. It's not the game of the week, so who cares? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I did. Who cares? But yeah, I wish Kirby would have kicked that field goal, you know, just to see how his team would have reacted, you know, because I think when they didn't get it, I think they kind of reacted negatively. So
Right.
that's the give and
For sure.
take. But another great game from the SEC. The are they the former powers of the SEC, or are they still the powers of the SEC? I think we're finding that out this year.
Vanderbilt,
sure.
the new face. Vanderbilt's the new
Yikes.
face today.
No, I don't know about that one.
The new face of the Big Ten.
Okay.
Hey,
That is a crazy
listen.
face. That's a crazy face. What was you about to say, Maniac?
No. I'd say no. Oregon is the regular season national champions. That's it. They just won the regular
Yikes.
season natty. That's it. Until
Yikes.
proven otherwise.
I'm gonna be quick about my thoughts on Georgia Bama, but Johnny, if you can find Marcus's comment because he really wants that to be shown.
Okay.
I know you put it up earlier, but just put it up. All right. So yeah, no. As far as Georgia Bama, I definitely had Georgia winning this whole thing between the two. Unfortunately, Bama decided to show up in this game, which I mean it's a rivalry game, so it could be either way. But with that being said, I just love the fact that the SEC, we don't know what to make of the SEC. Is it Texas? Is it Bama? Is it Georgia? Is it Vandy? We don't know. And I like
Ole
that
Miss?
because
Ole Miss?
Big Ten looks good. It could be Ole Miss. Yeah. But I like the fact, okay, all y'all are going to call Kirby Smart Ryan Day. I don't like this. Anyway.
That's a compliment.
Is it? We're talking about
Kirby
a Kirby
got
Smart
2
loss.
rings.
We're talking about a Kirby Smart loss right now.
Oh,
Right?
my bad.
I don't know that it's that much of a compliment. But anyway, the point is SEC Big Ten looks solid, very solid, with the exception of Penn State, because Penn State is Penn State. Anyway, just to make sure I'm on the right side of things again, the next one should be Texas Purdue or Texas Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Texas has obviously not been the team that we've expected at times. Their defense is still solid, but they've got a game to play against Florida, who we had high expectations for, but they are 1-3. So who wants to go first?
Yeah, listen, man. Give me the handoff, man. I'm taking it on 4th and 1. I'm getting this, y'all. Look, see, so Florida is the perfect example of they're not a bad team. They just don't know how to win, right? Because they've been in all the games that they lost. They were right there. They could easily be the opposite. They could be undefeated because they was just right on the cusp of winning all these games. Now, by it, Miami did late in the game, did run away with the game, but that was a game all the way through. I guess, again, like I mentioned earlier, the guy who commands the team is your quarterback. Coming into the season, all of you guys heard, I heard that DJ Lagway was a him. He was a him. He's not a him. He hasn't been a him this year. But the beauty is that today, that narrative could change if he gets to win against Texas, because it's a Texas team that has a very, very good defense. So if he put up numbers against them, no one can say, well, Texas, no, that's a good defense. Now, what Arch are we going to get, right? Arch, he's been suspect this year. And Florida has a good defense. They picked off Nussmeier 5 times, but they couldn't muster up no points. So I think that in this game, it's going to come down to Lagway's gameplay. Can he make the plays when needed? On them 3rd and 4s, on them 3rd and 5s, can he convert them and keep his offense on the field? And when they get into that red zone, because it's probably going to be minimal trips there, they have to get 7. Field goals is not going to do it at home against a top 10 team. So this is going to be a grinder. There's no way Texas blows out Florida in this game. This is upset alert. This is a game that has high upset alert. But if Arch could be a game manager and make them open plays, then I'll have Texas winning a close one. But if Arch is struggling, I think Florida gets it done. But I'm not stupid. I'm gonna go with Texas and a nail biter. Yes, a nail biter, meaning they win by a field goal in this game and just get out the swamp. Their defense is going to carry them this game. I just haven't seen Florida been able to muster enough points to give me that confidence, unless they could get a pick 6 and cause some turnovers, which is possible. But I'm gonna go Florida in a tough game. I mean, Texas, excuse me.
All right, who's that next?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I think it's gonna come down to, the quarterback play. If people want to say that Arch has been getting better since week 1, sure, whatever. DJ Lagway, Maniac alluded to it. He hasn't been who we thought he was going to be this season. Billy Napier, to say he's got in a hot seat would be the biggest understatement in the world. That man, he can't even sit. It's in fuego. It is a burning inferno. It's a live inferno that he is on. And unfortunately, I don't even know if a game like this can save him. You know what I mean? Like, he can beat Texas in the swamp and still be fired at the end of this season. But if he loses to Texas in the swamp, there's a chance he could be fired after this game. So there, that's where we are. I do think that Texas is a better team right now. That's just the bottom line. I think both defenses are talented. Florida's defense has kept them in some games. And unfortunately, their offense hasn't, helped them at all. Texas's defense is, I think they're holding teams to under 8 points a game. And Arch Manning, against lesser opponents, he likes to showboat. Not to say that
was wild what he did.
That was crazy. But he also has to exalt too, man. He's got to, take the little victories to try to, help himself. But I do think Texas gets this one done. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they may win by multiple scores.
Gotcha. I think this is a game where, like you were saying, for Billy Napier, but not just for him, those players. How much heart y'all got? Mm-hmm. How much heart y'all got? Y'all, you ain't playing for the coach, y'all playing for each other. So go out there and get a big time win. Don't let your whole season go down the drain. I mean, it kind of is, but you can still. All right, we ain't quitting. We playing for my brother. You got my back. I got your back. I think that's kind of the mentality that they have to have, especially with their schedule. Like, you've still got a chance to get some big time wins for Florida, and the defense. None of this is really their fault. That Florida's defense has been playing lights out for the most part. The problem comes with Lagway, but every game you got the opportunity to put your best foot forward, put it all behind you. So go out there and, put up some numbers and do what you have to do to win. Don't force anything. Just let the game come to you. Now, I'm saying this, can Lagway do it? I don't know. But the good thing for him is he's playing somebody on the other side of the field that possibly could play worse than him. These are facts.
That is a fact. Are you done? Is that it?
No. These are facts.
Go ahead.
So these teams are they're kind of the Spider-Man meme, honestly. A little bit. They a little bit. So you got Texas, really good defense. Florida, really good defense. Florida's offense, everybody thought Lagway was him. Lagway for a Heisman. I got Lagway as the Heisman favorite. Texas, I got Arch as the Heisman favorite. I did. I got off of there real quick. First game, I jumped off. I got Arch as the Heisman favorite. You know what I'm saying? And they're both struggling. It just Texas hasn't had a hard schedule. They ain't played nobody but Ohio State. You get what I'm saying? So if they had some of these games that Florida might have, that Florida has already played, they could be looking just like them maybe. So am I lying?
You're not. But I'm gonna wait till I go. So
okay.
Finish off.
So I'm about to wrap it up. So
no, you good. Go ahead.
To me, Texas should win this game, but it wouldn't surprise me if Florida finds a way to win it. And if we see some of the same things we've been seeing out of Arch, this gonna be a nightmare for them. This gonna be a nightmare today for them because he's gonna have everybody on Texas scared. Like, oh God, this guy is really a head case. So I think I'm gonna go out on the limb. I got Florida Lagway. The Lagway everybody thought we would see shows up. Florida's defense plays lights out and makes Arch look like he's confused and bewildered, and like he's not a Manning. He's the distant cousin of a Manning.
Is that all? Is that what you got?
That's it.
Okay. I pretty much agreed with everything that everybody else had to say. So I'm glad Johnny went last so I can say, yes, everything that you said is right. But no, I'm not gonna say that. Everything you said was right, but it's off a little bit because yes, Florida does have a good defense and they have a quarterback that has been underwhelming, just like Texas. The difference is Texas's defense is still better than Florida's defense. Arch Manning has proven that he's at least slightly this much better than DJ Lagway, and Sark is a better coach than Napier. So with all those being said, I still have Texas clearly winning this one. It'll probably be a close one. I'm rooting for a blowout because then that makes Texas look a little bit better. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So give me Texas with a slight edge. They barely win this one and get out of the swamp.
All right. Hold on. So, Josh. Where Zach came from. Cocaine Zach. But are you picking Texas? Are you picking Texas off the fact that you need them to win to make your win against them look better?
No,
not a little bit.
I'm strictly picking Texas. Well, no, a little bit. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But for that to really work for me, I need them to win by like at least 2 scores, and I don't know that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm picking them because Sark is a better coach. Texas is a better defense. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think Florida's offense struggles mightily against them.
Yeah. And what's crazy is that Oklahoma plays Kent State. Oklahoma plays Kent State, Texas, Florida. If we know Oklahoma's gonna win, it don't matter who's the quarterback against Kent State. But if Texas wins, that automatically makes the game of the week next week Oklahoma, Texas, the Red River Shootout. And listen, man, so it will be kind of good to see Texas win so that we could get an undefeated Oklahoma, undefeated Texas next week, man. And that's the game of the week, hands down. But it's true. Look, my last thoughts, Florida, all they goals as far as competing for the SEC playoff is pretty much dead. Bo, that's still in the review mirror. But listen, Texas, they could go to Texas party, turn down the music, turn that shit off, unplug it, dump all the liquor, spoil you the party. This is their chance to spoil you their party, right? Listen, this moving forward, these are our playoffs. This is our playoffs. Let's treat this shit like a playoff moving forward. All these teams we play. And listen, man, if Lagway could get going, it could get spooky for some teams, but we have to see it first.
That's a big if. That is a big if.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's the only reason I have Texas winning this thing is because I don't think Florida scores all that much at all.
Agreed. Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
okay. So next I have Johnny's segment. If I'm right on that,
Let's.
I don't know where Johnny went.
I'm
What is it?
here.
It's your segment.
Excuse me. Real
Let's
quick,
see.
Johnny,
All
my
right, come on.
fault. I made a mistake. Texas does have a law. Excuse me. They did lose to Ohio State. But even if they win, that still makes Oklahoma Texas game of the week next week. Thank you, Richie. My bad.
Got you. So this is the segment. You get nothing. Let me play my intro.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
So let's see. First, you get nothing. Let's go to Washington. Our friends. Let's see our friends.
Your friends.
Our friend.
Whoa, it's close. It's really close. I don't think he made it. The deep.
How did I know you'd have an Ohio State clip?
Early in the game, Ohio State trying to get greedy, and they got nothing. Now, who would have knew that Washington was probably going to get nothing for almost the rest of the game? But that ain't got nothing to do with that clip. You get nothing, John.
Oh, it has everything to do with it. When it comes to touchdowns, Washington, you get nothing.
You don't get. Okay. I'm gonna let you rock, Josh. So, next clip we got. Who is this? I'm not sure who this is. Let's just play it.
Oh,
This is the Florida State play. Bobble
Touchdown.
man. Do you got it? I don't know if I.
That's a touchdown.
that's
Bro, his hands ain't on the ball. They just
before
got
that,
back on the
Johnny.
ball.
Before that, he had control 2 feet in, and then when he took the next step, that's when he lost it. Come on, man. They did them dirty. Like we say in Spanish, they did him sucio.
That may be true. With the slow motion, he has it, he don't have it, he has it, he don't have it. Either way, he gets nothing. That was the game time touchdown. You know,
That's true.
I hate it for him because they played their
He'd be
heart
a
out.
starter
Both
at Michigan.
teams. Yeah, both teams played their heart out. And you know,
What a
he
game.
bobbled it. It was right in the breadbasket. He bobbled it, and when you bobble it, you get nothing. Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Michigan receivers catch the ball. So let's go to, like I said, you get nothing. Doesn't have to be college, it could be NFL, it could be whatever.
In
As
the
long as
street.
you get nothing. You hear me?
As long as you get nothing.
So, let's go to the NFL. Let's just see.
He sticks it out, and it slips out of his hand. Unbelievable.
What a bozo.
Not the Deshaun Jackson.
Yes, back from the dead. He's sticking the ball out, trying to be cocky, and loses it. Loses the ball. So instead of 6 points, 7, he gets nothing but a touchback. And coach yelling in his ear, "You bonehead, you bum."
You're a bum. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I got one more, and then we're gonna get out of here with the you get nothings. Wait, I got 2 more.
All right.
Late entry. We had a late entry, and I'm gonna save it for last. So let's go to UMass versus Missouri. This is the true definition of you get nothing right here. 42-0. You don't. Well, 42-6. They got 6. You can't see. I can't see it all the way on my end. He gets 6, but second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, you get nothing, and they ain't got no win. So that's a double up. You know what I'm saying? So I had a late
Penn State
entry.
should have kept that quarterback.
Just leave him alone, Josh. Now come on.
Throwing that out there.
Late entry of he this guy gets nothing because he done had too much.
Hey yo,
He done had too much. Dan Lannon, you
That's
get
crazy.
nothing. Boy,
Right.
I'm watching you, boy. I don't want you to have no Red Bulls. I don't want you taking too many Excedrins. Boy, I'm watching what type of cough syrup you got. What you smoking? What type of vape is that, boy?
right,
You get no inhibitors.
right.
You get no amphetamines, nothing. I don't want you drinking coffee, boy. I don't know what you on.
We
So
don't want you cooking with flour. We don't want you using baby powder. None of it.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, boy. If I was in the NCAA, boy, you would have been drug tested yesterday. 5 days ago, I would have had that drug test out to you. I'm
Right.
watching you, boy.
Yeah.
That
He
man hit
might.
the slopes hard.
Yeah. He a skier. He's definitely competing for the Winter Olympic.
My
Without a
boy
doubt.
on the slalom right now.
Yeah. He could get a dentist. He might need a dentist, but hey, it is what it is.
Crazy.
So that's
Cool runnings over
all.
here.
You get nothing. And to you, Dan Lannon.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Hilarious. Hilarious. All right. I might need the audible. Should we do the who should be number one conversation first, or should we just get in the game of the week? What y'all think?
No, hold on, dog. That was it, right?
Yeah, let's get into the who should be number one real quick.
I'll let y'all have this conversation because apparently I can't speak in this conversation because
Oh, stop it.
I know
Josh.
who should be number one. But I'll let y'all have it, and I'll have 2 sentences at the end. Who wants to go
No
first?
mas perico. It's crazy.
In my space.
I saw this segment on another show, and it was who should be number one. You know, the resumes. Ohio State,
Right.
they've got the Texas win, which it doesn't look like as good of a win as we thought it would in the beginning of the season. Then you have who is it? Miami.
Right.
Miami has some pretty good wins. They got the win over Notre Dame. They got the win over USF.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got what's the other team?
Oregon.
Miami.
Oregon.
Miami, and
Oregon.
who's the other one? There's
Oregon.
one more team. I'm having a brain fart.
Oregon.
Oregon. There we go. I just had a mega brain fart. Oregon just beat Penn State in the whiteout, you know. So to me, there's a case for Oregon to be number one in the whiteout. Ohio State won at home, you know, and honestly, I don't really think Oregon should be number one. If I had to pick, Miami would get my vote for beating Notre Dame, the USF win. I think they just had a little tougher schedule than Ohio State. Not by much, not by a lot, but I think they kind of deserve to be number one. That's just my opinion. And Oregon would be up there too. I think number 2 and 3, I might nudge Ohio State down to number 3. Not because I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm being objective.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think there's a discussion. It should be a discussion about who should be number one. Listen, Ohio State has the win over Texas. They went on the road to Washington, got that win. Not that Washington was a world beater or anything, but that was a team that, you know, people thought would give them a tough game. And for the most part, you know, they tried to play tough or play hard. Pause. But I like Miami's resume the best, right? The win over Notre Dame, the win over USF. Now, I think the issue with, you know, giving them the credit for those wins, I think both of those were at home for them, right? And at least, you know, the other state or Ohio State had to go to Washington to play at least one of those. But I think Miami, if I was voting today, Miami would be number one.
All right.
You ain't slick. You called him the other state. I heard that.
Yeah, I cleared that up though, because I don't, you know, it's a non-biased show. I'm giving my non-biased takes.
Let's be clear. When it comes to Ohio State, how I feel about the Buckeyes, I hate them with every ounce of my body. But if we're talking football, like hate aside and put on the football glasses, let's also we got to take things into account, right? Going into the season, because I was one of them. They lost 14 key starters on that team, right? They lost their OC, they lost their DC. They were replacing a lot. And these guys hasn't lost a step. In fact, they look a little better. Offensively, I wouldn't say so. But they're still good. They getting it done. It's not like they look horrible on offense because they don't. The defense, right as of today, to me, it's the best. It's very athletic. It's like I mentioned it on Johnny's show last week. Just based on all of that, and why I expected them to not look nowhere near like this. I expected them to be good, but nothing like this. So for me, I gotta go Ohio State as the number one team. Now, objectively, the resumes, yeah, you can make the argument that they don't have, quote unquote, the best one at the moment. But I'm looking at based on what they lost. And they didn't lose. Oh, they lost key contributors to that defense and that offense. And bro, they haven't lost a step. We got to keep it real. So for me, again, this is opinionated. I'm going to go OSU as of right now. But from week to week is going to change. But from what I've seen from every single team, if I had to put Ohio State against all these teams on a neutral field against Miami, I'm slightly favoring OSU against these teams. Slightly, though. Could go either way. I think.
Right.
Listen, I get it. Listen, I get it. But it's reality, man. Defense, when you got good defense, you're going to be in every game and you could beat any team. So we'll see, man. We'll see, because there's a lot of football left to be played. We got 2 months of football, so we're going to see what it is. But for me, right now, I got to go OSU as the number one team in the country.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right. As a Buckeye fan, Ohio State is number one, and I'll give anybody voting for the rankings my ass to kiss, because it's Buckeyes all day. All day. Buckeyes all day, kiss my ass. We're number one. All right. Now, as a unbiased person, if y'all want to take number one from Ohio State, that's perfectly fine. You can give it to Oregon, you can give it to Miami. And here's why. Okay. All right. I see what we're doing. Here's why. You can go ahead and take away number one. But on November 1st, Ohio State's playing Penn State. Right? And I think we all know Ohio State's going to win that game. And hopefully Texas beats Florida and maybe even beats Oklahoma. So they start to look good and that win looks good again. And then that next week, the first college football playoff rankings come out. So if you take number one from us now, cool. We're going to come back and claim or take what's ours. We're going to come back and take what's ours when the college football playoff rankings come out. So if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. We'll be number one when it matters.
Gotcha.
As unbiased as I can be.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Just saying. All right. We ready for game of the week?
Let's go and run through it.
Woo! Miami, Florida State. Miami has looked spectacular. And I didn't expect this, but Miami has looked spectacular all season long so far. Really haven't shown any signs of losing or anything like that. Florida State, huge win against Bama, but then last week they lost a heartbreaker against Virginia. So they're probably looking for some get back, and Miami would be the perfect team to do so. Who wants to go first?
Yeah.
I'll go first real quick.
Yeah.
Miami, Florida State. This is a throwback to this game actually mattering, because when we were kids, it mattered a lot. You know, besides Michigan, Ohio State, this was the early season big time matchup of teams full of NFL players. You know, Miami, it seems to be back with Carson Beck and revamped defense, you know, where they built it through the portal recruiting. They back. They playing really good defense, and that offense looks to be pretty good under Carson Beck. Now, Florida State, we know they're licking their wounds off the Virginia loss, and Castellanos, he's a dog, you know, regardless of that loss they had. I got a feeling, I think Florida State's at home, and that crowd's gonna be rocking. I'm gonna take. Dang, I don't want to lose this one to Josh. Get behind. I'm gonna take Florida State. I'm gonna take Florida State in this one.
Okay. Write it down, because you've done this before.
Bro,
You're going Florida State.
No, we know when it comes to the game of the week, we know who picks who.
All right.
We know. Yeah, man. So kind of what Johnny was alluding to. Me, I'm an 80s baby. So in the 90s, you had phenomenal matchups between these two schools. They always had national championships implications, because back then you pretty much had to be undefeated to win the Natty. So the loser of that game pretty much was out of it. And they were from two different conferences. They never played in the same conference until now, till they joined the ACC. So Miami joined the ACC. Miami was in the Big East back then. But anyway, man, you two, like they say, is the closest thing we have to a time machine. So for those who never saw those games, bro, go to the Miami 91, Florida State 92, those games from like 90 to 93, all classics. Yes, Castellanos, he was not the reason they lost to Virginia. He did everything to keep them in that game and win that game. It was the defense that failed them. But I'm expecting this to be one of those 90 kind of games. It's physical, because on top of Miami revamping their defense, like you said, Johnny, they also revamped that O-line. You need an O-line, and they have a veteran quarterback at the helm in Carson Beck, who has played at the elite level in the SEC. So this game, man, is going to be great. Should be a classic. I hate doing this to myself, because I'm 2-4 in these games of the weeks. I'm really torn by these two. I really want to go Florida State, man, because I could really see them winning by 2 scores. College football is like that. But I'm going to keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Give me the Kool-Aid. Give me that Miami, that orange green. And I'm going to go to you, man. I think the U finds a way to get it done, and we really take them serious. So I'll give you a score. I'll give you 21-17 Miami.
I thought I was going to be the only one to do this today, but Johnny's already beat me to the punch. I'm taking Florida State. They're at home. You know, that war chant's going to be rocking in there. We saw what it did against Bama. They hate Miami. So the fans are going to be even more lively in this one, I believe. I like Castellanos, like my man said. It wasn't his fault. They lost that game. And Miami doesn't play the way that Virginia did, and Virginia exploited some weaknesses of Florida State. And if Miami's smart, they'll try to duplicate that. But I just think that these teams, they're so familiar with each other, right? When these Florida and Florida State and Miami play each other, these guys all played against each other in high school, were on the same teams in high school, so much familiarity there. And they really want to beat each other. But I think that this game's going to be another one of those that goes down in history. Here's a fun fact, though. It's been since 2016 that these teams played each other where both of them were ranked. That's crazy. Because as Johnny alluded to, as Maniac alluded to, there was a time when this was, early in the season. This was a decider for like who gonna be, number one. You know what I mean? So that we've come a long way. We're a long way from that, but both of these teams trying to get back on the right track. I think Florida State wins a close one. Give me Florida State 24-20.
All right. 6-0, looking to go 7-0. I see the stars lining up to make this pick. I'm going to be honest with you. I was very 50-50 on this one. It could go either way. It's a really close game, obviously. Miami's been looking good. Florida State, hungry. Want this win so bad. Here's where the stars line up. Johnny started his choice off, and I think he's right. The thing about those games from the 90s is that Miami kept coming out on top in very close games. Give me the Hurricanes to win this one. I think they're going to win this game for the simple fact that they look like the more complete team between the two. And as much as Florida State really wants to take this from Miami because they just lost to Virginia, I don't think they're talented enough to do it. And I think Miami wins this. I go 7-0, and Johnny
You look
loses another
nervous.
one.
You look nervous.
Look very
I'm
nervous.
actually fairly confident. I'm
Okay.
actually fairly confident because the stars are aligning the way they should. I pick Miami, I win, and you lose another one. Perfect.
I'm on your neck.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's. I'm right here for you, bro. I'm right here for you, bro.
Do you got the bets? Are you doing the bets today?
Yeah, you got them.
I do.
So let's do it. Let's get right to
I'll be
it.
quick about this one. I'm wearing the butters right now. Oh, intro.
Oh,
intro.
you got the butters on.
Intro.
You going intro?
We can't intro. We ain't got the song ready yet.
No,
All
just
right.
go ahead.
Damn. All right. Well,
Right.
yes.
Hold on.
I do got the butters on.
Hey!
I got them on. I'm wearing them right now. I'm channeling the Timberland energy. You know what I'm saying? So don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Get some money on with your boy. You know what I mean?
Some money.
After this, we can go to the KLOK. You feel me? Now. Now. In this one, obviously in the first couple weeks, I told y'all to take first half bets, first half spreads. We're getting in the conference play. We're actually somewhat deep in the conference play now. This is going to be the positive spreads, right? Take some positive spreads this week. I want y'all to take a positive spread on Kent State. There is a 49.5 spread if you can get it. Take that, because while I do think Oklahoma is going to blow out Kent State, Oklahoma's looking for Texas. They're going to score as much as they can, get this game over with, and then in the second half, they're not going to score that much. Take the positive spread. Or if you can get the under on that one, maybe take the under, because I think it's like 56.5 or some shit. I would take the positive spread on Virginia. Virginia's playing Louisville. I told y'all at the beginning of this game, that's low-key a good game. Louisville probably will win that game, but Virginia definitely wants to go on the road and win that game. So take the positive spread if you can get that. As far as Maryland, I think Maryland was another one that I wanted to take the positive spread on as well. My only problem is I think Washington's for sure going to win that game. So if you feel emboldened, you can take Maryland. Maryland kind of looks a little fraudulent, but I think if you want to, if you feel emboldened to, take the positive spread, Maryland versus Washington, because it could be a close game. Those are my picks. Look at some positive spreads this week. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
Okay.
I don't want to give y'all for sure the actual pick. But look at some positive spreads this week for pretty much everything. But on the outro, I want to leave y'all with this. On my segment on the House Divided, I issued.
Oh, he's in the portal.
Yeah, you in the. This is karma right here for even mentioning
The
this.
bet to one Mays Madness. No, I got to. Brandon Ennis will have more yards and touchdowns by the end of the season than Samaj Morgan. Do you choose to accept Mays Madman?
Absolutely, you know it. I stands up in it like a champ up in it. Be up in it so long, get my calls transferred in it.
Give him the ball in the paint, baby.
That's crazy. So we're including both receiving and returning yards.
Okay.
And it's everything up to Michigan. So the Michigan game isn't included in that.
So hold on. What happens if Brandon Ennis has more yards and Samaj has more touchdowns?
Then maybe it's a tie. Then maybe it's a tie and nothing happens.
All right.
Well, they said it here live on the big college football show at 11.
Facts.
That
Loser
if one
has
has
to
more
wear
yards than the other,
Samaj, don't let me down.
he cooking today. He getting 3 Mays for you today.
Let's do
On
it.
the Michigan-Ohio State preview, the loser has to wear the opponent's gear. It's done. It's done.
Hey, look,
handshake, virtual
fans
handshake.
of the Mays Madman know that I don't do these, right? I refuse to wear Ohio State gear, so I feel confident in our guy that he's gonna get this done for me. But this is my guy. I'm gonna wear it if I have to, but I don't plan on wearing it because Samaj is gonna get this done.
All right, man. All right, cool. There you go, man. Listen.
Read the super chats for me. Somebody.
Oh, yeah, real quick, the super chats before we get up out of here.
Bishop, appreciate the 333. Bishop Frank Dr. Newkirk. We ready. This fire. I don't know what that last one.
He's Oklahoma. He's Oklahoma fan.
Oh, okay.
That's my man with the roof. Right.
Yeah, he's cool. He's real cool. Shout to Bishop, man. He's a good dude.
And appreciate Steven. That's dot again.
Twin.
With the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you, bro.
Steven tolerates no lines. Don't be toeing the fence with Steven.
Yes, Steven. No, not with Steven.
So we got Josh and Mays got a bet going on. Samaj versus Brandon Ennis. Who will have the best stats? And whoever loses has to wear the other's gear.
Oh,
man.
Facts.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm confident.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm confident in that, and I'm confident in Miami winning today.
Just the thought of wearing Ohio State jersey got me itching.
Hey yo, immediate reaction to the Michigan game.
Yes.
Tune in.
We'll see you later in a couple of hours, man. Everyone, enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the games. And if you want the post game, come pull up to the Maze Man channel. Me and my brother will be there taking in callers as well. Until then, we out. Next week, it's the big college football show at 11, but we'll be starting at 10:45. So, there you go.
All right, y'all. Peace.